In my opinion, what makes creative nonfiction as good as it can be is voice. What creative nonfiction is, it's not just reporting facts. That's the first thing I can tell you right now. In 1943, this happened. And then a few months later, this happened. And then so-and-so did this. Okay, that's just organizing facts. That's not necessarily a story. Not necessarily. Creative nonfiction is a story, the same way that you would read a short story, watch a movie, or whatever. Some have argued that this genre has been around for a very long time. It wasn't until now that we started giving a term to the definition. But I argue that this is a very new genre, for better or for worse. The thing about creative nonfiction is essentially what you're doing is that you're telling a real life event. Now, it can be based on your own life. It can be based on something that happened in a country you've never even stepped foot on. Could be anything that has happened in the real world. But what you're doing is that you're being tasked to take that event and almost repurpose it as if you were writing a novel, as if you were writing fiction, okay? Now, this is different than, say, reporting facts. Reporting facts does not have imagery. Reporting facts does not have a strong sense of voice. It's just the who, what, where, why, when. That's why journalism is different. Now more than ever, journalism is appreciating creative nonfiction. Because let's be real, facts are boring and facts are depressing. It's kind of a dumb moment, but a lot of people forget this. You got to separate fact from fiction, okay? Now, I'm going to be real with you guys. And this is another big philosophical thing. Do you guys remember exactly, like to a T, what you did last week? Hour by hour, do you remember what you did all last week? See, exactly. It's a really fickle thing about memory. The truth about memory is that it's just a projection of what we experienced. It's like a dream. Okay, we're only living in just this moment right now. Some of us don't even remember exactly what we did yesterday. We just say, yeah, I went to the store. But who are the people you met at the store? What were you getting at the store? What aisle was it? Okay, those details you don't remember because those are small details we don't care about. It was just the big picture. I went to the store. Think about any kind of life-changing moment in your guys' lives in your past. You don't remember every single detail. You don't. So here is where the embellishments of creative nonfiction come in. So when you're telling a personal narrative, when you're telling a personal story, the facts are the fact that you experienced it. No one can take that away from you, okay? The fiction part, however, the fiction part is more the writing, okay? And a lot of the writing foundations that we're going to be talking about, like imagery, that is really how you separate the fact from the fiction, okay? The fiction part really deals more with how you tell the story. It's not necessarily making up things, because trust me, people call BS all the time, now more than ever. You just have to be true to yourself here. If you have never experienced the horrors of war, I recommend not writing about war. It's just basic common sense. Only write about your experiences and don't assume. Don't assume you know what the life of someone else is. Don't try to tell someone else's story. Because when you tell someone else's story, it's not going to be authentic. And unfortunately, it starts falling into cliches and tropes and stereotyping. That's where we kind of have to draw the line here. Only tell the story that you can tell. Only write from your own experiences, but don't just report facts. That goes way into just that. This side right here. The reason why it's called creative nonfiction is that you're being creative writing the nonfiction.